Are you struggling with back pain when you deadlift? Now let us show you some ways to utilize the positive benefits of the hip hinge and what is commonly referred to as the king of all exercises, the deadlift. Welcome to Inside House number 3. On this channel we share some of the ideas, the systems and the strategies that we use to deliver custom designed personal training. So today we're going to talk about the deadlift and some ways how to modify that movement so you can lower the risk of actually getting pain from that movement but still get the benefit from the exercise. So we're talking about minimizing or trying to decrease the risk of having pain when you're deadlifting, and there are really a few key points or principles, if you will, to keep in mind. And one of those are to maintain or to make sure that you get tension in your hamstrings and your glutes before you start to lift the bar off the ground. Another principle of a good deadlift is to keep the spine in its neutral position as much as possible, and especially in your low back. So you can do that by using a stick or a whatever pipe of some sort, placing it along your spine and finding that little space between the stick and your low back. That is the normal S-curve. It's a normal curvature in your spine that everybody has. You want to maintain that S-curve as you do your deadlift and as you get into the starting position. So the conventional deadlift from the ground, make sure spine is neutral, maintain its posture, and before you lift the weight off the ground, try to get that tension in your glutes and your hamstrings. So a little bit of pre-tension, keeping the bar close to your body, driving, engaging the lats and holding the bar close to your legs, pre-tension, and stand. That is key. That pre-tension that you can build up in your hamstrings and in your glutes to make sure that your back can work as a supporting stabilizer and not as a fish rod that you would see in a bad deadlift when you don't get the pre-tension in your hamstrings and your glutes. You'll see people walk up to the bar, maybe they're lacking mobility, they can't really get down that low, and what they're doing is they're getting into a rounded back and ripping off the weight from the floor. That is one of the main reasons why people experience low back pain when they do conventional deadlift. Another way that you can do, trying to minimize back pain from doing deadlifts, you can't eliminate it, but perhaps you can definitely minimize it. And one other way to do that is to actually elevate the bar from the ground. Not everybody has the mobility. Maybe they're really tall, maybe they have an injury history, or maybe they have limitations in their hip mobility. Not everybody can do a deadlift from the ground. So what you can do instead is that you can elevate the bar. And unless you are competing in a barbell sport, it's totally fine to do that. The rules of the size of the weight plate doesn't take into account different body sizes. So it's totally fine to elevate the barbell. If you're looking for the health benefits of the movement of the deadlift, then that should be your main concern, to make sure that the lift looks good. So you can elevate the bar, and in this case I'm using 2 weight plates. So just elevate the bar, and by doing that, chances are that you now have a much easier time to maintain your spine position as you go down to do your deadlift. Another tips that I want to share, one of my favorite exercises when it comes to teaching people to do conventional deadlifts or traditional deadlifts from the floor, is to have them start with RDLs, so Romanian deadlifts from the rack. So what we're doing now is we're building the movement from the top and down, and by doing that, we're actually helping that sensation, or the motor skill if you will, to feel that you're getting the tension in the hamstrings and the glutes, and that the movement of the deadlift isn't dominated by just using your low back. So the RDL from the rack, you just have the barbell at a height that's convenient to lift from. You get the bar off. Same thing here, principle applies. We're keeping the bar close to your body, but now you're starting from the top and going down, and again you want to look for that spine position to maintain neutral throughout the movement, so you only go down as far as you can handle. The best way to know that is to use a coach or a friend or somebody who can check your low back while you're doing the lift. The second principle we're going to think about is to keep the tension, is to get the tension in your hamstrings and your glutes. So when you're going down, on the way down, go down as far as you can while still maintaining good back position. You can add a little pause at the end. So you go down, 1, 2, and stand up. And that little pause helps you with the body awareness to feel where that muscle tension is. And the majority of the tension should be built up through your glutes and your hamstrings and not through your low back. I hope you enjoyed this video about how to minimize back pain when you deadlift. If you have any friends that you think could benefit from this content, please share it. And if you have any questions about the deadlift or any other exercise for that matter, comment below and see you on the inside.